From the moment you first opened your eyes to this world, something ancient within you stirred. Deep in the silence between heartbeats, in the shadows behind closed eyes, you sensed that your existence here wasn't simply chosen. It was called forth by something older than conscious decision, deeper than intention itself. You entered life carrying a wound, one not bound by time or memory, yet it echoes through every choice, every relationship, every silent yearning that pulses quietly in your chest. The Hermetic masters once whispered this secret through the corridors of forgotten temples. As above, so below. As within, so without. The microcosm of your pain echoes out into the macrocosm of your reality, resonating through each event, circumstance, and person that crosses your path. You may have believed your conscious mind shaped your destiny, but beneath the fragile surface of your thoughts lies a deeper force. The hidden wound that chose this life for you. This wound, this silent ache, is not your enemy but your greatest teacher. Ancient Gnostic wisdom tells us that the soul enters the world not only to awaken but to reconcile what remains unreconciled within itself. You feel it when certain patterns repeat endlessly. The same relationships, the same struggles, the same quiet dissatisfaction gnawing at your spirit. You thought these were mistakes or misfortunes, but in truth, they're deliberate echoes of the unresolved pain that brought you here, calling for recognition. Life, like a mirror polished by invisible hands, reflects only the shadows you've hidden away. Until you recognize this wound and look it squarely in the eye, you'll remain trapped in cycles your mind mistakes for fate. Quantum physicists now begin to glimpse truths that sages understood millennia ago. Consciousness shapes reality, yet subconscious wounds shape consciousness itself. Each belief, each unresolved trauma, forms patterns in your personal quantum field, acting as magnets, pulling specific experiences toward you. Experiences designed to awaken you, yet often misunderstood as punishment or random suffering. Every relationship, every circumstance, every subtle nuance of your life is woven from the threads spun by your deepest pain. What you call destiny is simply your wound speaking louder than your true voice, guiding you toward a healing you didn't even know you needed. Consider the ancient archetype of Chiron, the wounded healer who carried an incurable wound, yet through it, mastered profound healing. Chiron did not choose his wound consciously. Instead, it was the core of his destiny, the driving force behind his transformation and purpose. You too carry your Chiron wound, a deep, primal pain you may have spent lifetimes avoiding, yet the avoidance amplifies its power, binding you tighter into cycles of repetition. The wound is not punishment, but invitation, an opportunity to delve into your innermost depths, reclaiming fragmented pieces of yourself. You cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot transcend what you refuse to feel. Your wound chose this life precisely to give you the exact circumstances needed for its healing, even though they may seem harsh or unjust. Within the esoteric traditions, it is known that the soul designs challenges that awaken awareness. Through pain comes the desire for truth. Through conflict comes the hunger for unity. Ancient alchemists recognized this universal law as the great work, the transmutation of base wounds into spiritual gold. Like them, you must step willingly into your inner darkness to find the light hidden there. This is not about mere suffering. It is about the sacred act of consciously choosing to engage with what has unconsciously chosen you. But how do you identify this wound within yourself? It lies in the patterns that repeat endlessly. The love you keep chasing but never find, the success that constantly eludes you, or the quiet loneliness that follows you even when surrounded by others. These repeating experiences are messages, subtle clues your wound has left behind, asking you to pay attention. Life itself is dreamlike, symbolic, a vast lucid dream constructed by the subconscious. Dreams and synchronicities aren't random. They are the subconscious language of your wound, speaking directly to your soul. As Carl Jung discovered, archetypes hidden within dreams and visions aren't mere fantasy. They're the language of your soul whispering its truths back to you, truths buried deep beneath your conscious awareness. If this message resonates with your heart, you are not alone. Your soul family is gathering here. Share your story below. Your words may become the key that unlocks another's awakening. Let this message echo by supporting it with your energy, because resonance attracts resonance and healing begets healing. Let me offer you a story, a quiet reflection from the life of one seeker, perhaps not unlike yourself. Imagine someone who from childhood felt invisible, as if unseen by those who should have cherished them most. As they grew, this invisible wound became the hidden script guiding their relationships. They sought partners who mirrored that early invisibility, people who overlooked them, who made them feel unworthy of true attention. They pursued careers that reinforced their feeling of being insignificant. Yet one day, amidst the quiet stillness after another broken relationship, they finally paused and looked inward, deeply. They saw clearly, for the first time, the wound of invisibility within themselves. They recognized it not as fate, but as an old message their soul had been desperate to communicate. In the quiet embrace of solitude, clarity unfolded gently, like petals opening in moonlight. They realized their soul had never been invisible. Rather, their wound had blinded them from seeing their true self. With that recognition, patterns began to shift. Relationships transformed from mirrors of neglect into reflections of recognition. Careers once defined by limitation blossomed into paths of meaningful contribution. This seeker had not chosen invisibility consciously, but the wound had chosen them. To awaken them, to bring awareness to forgotten parts of themselves. Life, when seen through the lens of wounded wisdom, became purposeful, filled not with struggle, but with a quiet, profound gratitude. You did not come here to suffer, you came here to remember. In truth, the wound is the sacred thread connecting you to your highest potential. It draws your soul towards situations that challenge your deepest beliefs, not to harm you, but to illuminate the truths you've buried. Ancient Kabbalistic traditions speak of tikkun, the sacred duty of repairing inner wounds. Vedic texts describe samskaras, subtle imprints formed by past experiences that shape your current reality. Hermeticism teaches the principle of correspondence, echoing that your inner reality is perfectly reflected outward. All ancient wisdom traditions understood that the soul designs its wounds not randomly, but purposefully, to catalyze growth and ultimate realization. Your wound, then, is not merely a scar, it is your initiation. As you begin to consciously engage your wound, you reclaim power that was lost in unconscious suffering. You shift from being a passive participant to an active creator of your reality. You no longer live as a victim of circumstances, but as a sovereign soul, embodying wisdom gained through self-understanding. The wound becomes your ally, your mentor, your greatest teacher, guiding you gently home. Now, dear seeker, close your eyes a moment. Feel into the quiet truth of your wound, the silent voice that brought you here. What is it whispering? What patterns has it shown you? And what gifts has it hidden beneath the pain? You were never truly bound by the suffering you perceived. You were invited by your soul into a sacred dance of healing. This life, with all its complexities and contradictions, was designed specifically for your awakening. You did not consciously choose it, yet it chose you, knowing that through this very pain you would rise into remembrance. As you open your eyes once more, see your life anew, not as a prison, but as a portal, not as punishment, but as profound opportunity. Every moment from this point forward carries within it the possibility of conscious transformation, the transmutation of pain into wisdom, fear into freedom, and wounds into sacred power. Your wound did not come to break you, it came to reveal you. In this quiet recognition, the alchemy is already underway. Your journey is no longer about escaping the wound, but embracing it, transforming it, healing it, and ultimately transcending it. Remember, seeker, you hold within you the power of ancient alchemists, the wisdom of forgotten sages, the boundless potential of your soul's eternal truth.